We're looking forward to learning more about the Payne Stewart Kids Golf Foundation and golf experiences. These unique programs they're created to provide a golf learning experience for very young kids aged 4 to 9. And so be sure to stay tuned until the end of the session. Learn how you can participate in their September nationwide fundraising golf tournament that will benefit this great organization. Welcome. I'm Sharon Wilson with Golf Course Trades, and we're a 30-year-old media company serving the golf course superintendent and management community. And today we're very pleased to have an opportunity to interview Dan Anderson, who is COO, CMO, and development coach of Payne Stewart Kids Golf Foundation Golf Experiences. So, Dan, thank you very much for making the time. And thank you for what you're doing for these kids, as well as what you're contributing to the future of the game.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let me start by asking you to tell viewers a little bit about Payne Stewart, for anyone unfamiliar with him, and about how your initiative became associated with his legacy.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I mean, Payne Stewart, unfortunately, died in a plane crash in 1999, and he was kind of almost at the peak of his career at that point in time. He had, just really overcome a lot of issues, and through his kids, really kind of developed a whole new personality. I mean, he's such a person of fun and flair normally, but he also became very dedicated to his family and his faith. And so that became, a part of his legacy. And so through that legacy of helping kids is what we continued. And we started the Payne Stewart Kids Golf Foundation with the blessing of Tracy Stewart back in 2020. And so through that, we're working to really help bring golf experiences to kids in underprivileged locations and through churches and YMCAs. So it's just a really exciting opportunity to really expose golf to more kids through the legacy of Payne Stewart, which is all about his faith, his family, and the fun he had with golf.
That's pretty neat. So how is your program different from other youth golf programs?
So this one really answers that question of Phase 1 typically has been seen as the PGA Junior Golf Camps in the first tee, as well as PGA Junior Leagues, PGA Junior Girls Golf. But those really are kind of Phase 2 and 3 in the industry. We bring a whole new learning perspective and really basically taking golf off course. Golf has really been thought of that you have to learn on the course. But as in most recreational programs, sport is learned off the course in doing that. And you got to do that through modified equipment and modified courses. Really, the industry has really had 3 different barriers to overcome. Golf is expensive. Golf is exclusive, especially for kids that have parents that play golf. And golf is hard. And so what we're doing is really addressing of making golf affordable through the golf learning pathways that we're doing, which I'll talk about a little bit in a little bit here. Also creating golf off course and making it recreational, which is something that hasn't been done. And we're also utilizing game-based play and age-appropriate learning equipment to make golf a little bit easier for kids to learn. So this slide really highlights the details of it. Tradition is not helpful when it comes to introducing kids to golf. Basically, you have the same cut-down size clubs, you have the same small targets, adult-sized balls, and the same rules. And kids just at that age are not interested in learning golf. But other sports have modified their sports for the kids. Baseball has T-ball, soccer little kickers. Skiing, you start on the bunny slope, and bicycling, you start on a tricycle. In golf, we're asking them to go to a full-size course with regular clubs and size balls. That just doesn't work for kids. So we're really trying to bring the ease of it through our modified equipment. And this is just an example of the equipment that we use, which is oversized clubs, balls, large targets, lots of color, letting kids have fun. And we're basically using the same stuff that Wally Armstrong created 20 years ago through Snag Golf. And that was great through that. And Wally's on our team, so but golf at that point in time was also played specifically at the golf course, and then that didn't help introducing more kids to the fun of golf. And so we've taken the program, as I showed this slide just briefly before, to the 4 to 7 year olds, which has not been addressed in the golf industry, and really taking it to local gyms, green grass space, away from the golf course, where kids can learn through our modified equipment.
Pictures of these little kids are so cute. So you start kids early. You bring golf into the community, away from just the formal, these are the rules tradition.
Right.
Why should our audience or listeners care about what you're doing? Explain the benefits of your program.
Right. Well, I think it is for a lot of parents, why they should care is that we really are bringing golf to a whole new level of exposure to kids that haven't been exposed to golf before. So mentioned before that there really is no golf course required. We're using unconventional spaces. And if you've heard of Upward Sports does their sports programming through churches. And so that's going into the local communities and giving the flavor of the local people that are there. So, unfortunately, golf is one of those that's still predominantly played by, I hate to say it, but white men. And we're really trying to make golf more diverse and look like the local neighborhoods that are there. So, and the only way to do that is to go into the local neighborhoods and do that. And one additional way is through a partnership with the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. And so we do have that partnership. We're piloting 5 different locations and hope to be in, 50 locations next year. That's the fundraising side of things that we have to do because we have to pay for that. So there's 2 entities that we're dealing with. And on that first slide that you saw, there's the Payne Stewart Golf Experiences. And that's what we're bringing into each of the churches and the YMCAs. We create all the content and everything for them. And as you see here, there's 19,000 churches from an opportunity standpoint. At the very bottom here, there's 16,165 golf courses. That's probably increased over the past year with everything that's been going on. But the opportunity to expose kids through places outside of where golf is currently played, churches, YMCAs, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, through schools. We're also going to be testing in 3 different National Alliance for Youth Sports recreational facilities this year. So we're really making the opportunities and exposing kids in all areas. Obviously, we're still in the early phases of what we're doing, and we ran 30 different camps in July. So we're hoping to expand that and get more exposure to kids. But as I'd mentioned, we're equipping each of our partners with the specific material that they have that they can easily implement these programs. So you don't have to be a teaching professional to get kids to play. We're game-based programming. And so through these games and stations, we allow kids to rotate through different curriculum quickly, because kids 4 to 7, you need to keep their attention and moving quickly. Yeah, we create and provide each of our location partners here with full training manuals that give them full schedules by the minute, by the day, for our inside and outside camp. So it's easy to hold. So you don't need to be a golf professional to be able to teach kids. You do have to have a passion for golf. And so a lot of the churches, YMCAs, and especially the Boys and Girls Clubs people that are in this love golf, but don't have to be over technical with it. We're game-based play, and less about the instruction and the absolute proper hold. You want the kids to have the proper hold and the proper swing, but our modified equipment and tools all make it easy for kids, which we use golf equipment, but we also use Frisbees, which helps kids clear their hips, which is part of the golf swing. Soccer golf, which helps the kids also when they're kicking the ball, understand distance and direction. So all the elements in this game-based play engage kids rotating through stations quickly to be able to keep them engaged and encouraged, rather than just sitting there waiting to make a putt, watching somebody else do it. They're active and engaged in all the programming that we're doing. So the last piece and why people should be interested in what we're doing is we've created the Payne Stewart Kids Golf Foundation to support the golf learning programs that we're doing, 62% of American families cannot afford youth sports, let alone golf, and especially golf. And so if we didn't create this foundation, we would not be addressing 62% of the kids that can't afford to do it. So we want to provide our programming to kids that can't do it, and thus our relationship with the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. We provide the funding to get them up and running. So as I mentioned, there's going to be 5 pilot locations that we're testing and hopefully getting up to 50 next year in doing that. But we do need support to be able to run those camps free of charge to those specific locations. So this is the slide that I just mentioned, that 62% of American families can't afford it. And so, we're providing also fundraising scholarship to kids that can't afford it in places like churches and YMCAs that do need help to be able to do it. So, and an interesting quote here by American activist Verna Myers says that diversity is being invited to the party and inclusion is being asked onto the dance floor. And so, there's a lot of talk within the golf industry right now of diversity, equity, and inclusion. But we really are the link that brings kids to the dance floor. So there's a lot of talk of inviting people to the party, of doing that, but we're where the rubber meets the road to be able to create programming for kids and bringing that diversity, equity, inclusion through the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. So
I think that's just really wonderful, remarkable, and I'm so glad also that you're affiliated with the Boys and Girls Club of America, and that's going to help the effort too.